Hello, everyone, and welcome to Sew with Jessica. If it's your first time here, thank you for joining this family. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for always coming back. In today's video, we are making this lovely maxi skirt here. This which was inspired by this picture you can see right here on your screen, but something happened and then we ended up making this. So if this is something you want to learn how to make sure to keep on watching. Don't forget to like this video, don't forget to share, because that'll help you to recommend this channel to other people, and don't forget to subscribe if you have not subscribed. The subscription is free just in case. And without any further ado, let's get into the tutorial of today proper. Starting off, I am cutting on my lining piece first. This is a very simple skirt, so I have already folded this part as you can see, and then I marked half an inch. So this half inch is going to be my sewing allowance for the top part, and it's also going to serve as my starting line, so all my measurements will come down from there. For my waistband, I am using 1.5 inch, so I'm going to place 1.5 inch on that starting line there, and then every other measurement can proceed. So I placed the 1.5 inch on the starting line just as seen, and now I'm going to take from my waist to my hip line, which I am going to use 10 inches. I'll mark that and I'll draw a straight line across that point. On the hip line, we are going to take our round hip measurements, divide it by 4 and mark what it gives us over there. So mind you, this fabric is folded into 2 and this is my front piece. So once I'm done marking that, I'm going to add my sewing allowance, which is I'm using 1 inch. Now the starting line is going to serve as my waistline. I'm going to take my round waist measurement, divide it by 4 and mark what it gives me there, and then I'll add my 1 inch for sewing allowance. Very easy and simple. Connect those 2 points together. Looking at the picture inspiration, you will see that there's a little back situation, so you can add as much as you want. You can freestyle this as much as you want. So I added 3 inches below, and then I connected a slanted line just as seen to meet that point. Now we have the top part for the front piece, and we can proceed to cut it out. Next, we are going to cut out the back piece, and we need more fabric because of the zip allowance, so I will refold this and iron this down. Mark down the starting line again, just like we did with the front piece. Next, you mark your zip allowance, of which we are using 1.5 inch for the zip allowance. Now you mark it downwards in this direction, just like I'm doing, and then connect it with a straight line. Now that we've gotten the zip line, the next thing to do is to just replicate the front piece on the back piece. Now you place your front piece starting from the zipper allowance, just where like the zipper allowance ends or starts. I don't know how to put that in English, but just make sure that there is a zip allowance this time around. We're going to chalk down everything that we have on the front piece onto the back piece, and when we get to that zip part, we're going to cut it, mark it straight into the zip allowance, and then cut this out. Here we have both our front and back piece ready. I have my front piece on fold and I have my back piece in 2 separate pieces. Remember, this is the lining, so now we have to move to the main fabric. For my main fabric, I have this beautiful floral crepe fabric here. It's so pretty, and I have exactly 3 yards. I am making this maxi skirt and also a blouse. So first of all, I'm going to use the length of this to cut out a very long piece, so I can minimize this fabric for it to be enough for the gathers and also for the blouse that I'll be making. So I just cut out this small piece here, which is up to the length of the skirt. The length of the skirt is 10 inches, remember. So since the fabric is very light, remember the lining is a bit sturdy, like it stays in one place, and this fabric moves everywhere. I'm going to be adding stay to this fabric just for some hold, so it doesn't move around too much. So I'm going to add just 1 layer of stay and I'll be back. So we are done adding the stay to the fabric. Trust me guys, this portion is totally optional. It is not a must for you to add your stay. I only added it because I feel the stay will give it some weight, like we just make it stay in place, it won't move too much. Trust me, you can totally skip adding your stay. So now every single piece that we cut on the lining, we are going to duplicate it on the main fabric just as seen. We just cut the front piece, and now we are going to do same to the back pieces. Notch the zip part of your skirt after cutting the back piece. Starting off with the back piece, we'll place the back piece, that's the main fabric, on each other, like right face facing the right face, and then we'll place the lining piece on each other. Now we're going to sew up the zip allowance that we added to this, which is 1.5 inch. So you can see I just sewed up mine together, and I'm going to iron this down, just give it a good press, of which I already did just as seen. Now you can place this together and make sure that they are equal. If it's not equal, remember the lining piece is a sturdy piece, so just go ahead and trim the main piece so everything is equally placed. Now we can start shaping. So I'm going to place my back piece, which I've already sewn up the zip allowance, and I'll place my front piece on this just as seen, and then I'll sew up the sewing allowance that I added earlier, which was 1 inch. Sew it up as indicated. I'll also do same thing to the lining piece as well. Place the front piece on the back piece and sew up my sewing allowance just as seen. After all that sewing, everything should look like this. Now we're going to open up this zip allowance just as seen. Just tear it open. We don't need it sealed yet, but we just need that line because that will help us to fix our zip easily. So this is what your main piece should look like, and we'll do same to the lining piece. Open up the zip allowance. Next, we are cutting out the waistband. So first we'll take the circumference of what's left of this waist, including the zip allowance. So I'll take my time and I'll measure out what I have left on the waist allowance, even up to the zip allowance as seen. I have 38 there. Then I proceeded to cut out the waistband, that is 38 inches long, same length as the circumference of the waist that we measured there. So for the length of my waistband, it is 4 inches, and then by the time I fold it down, I'll be left with 2 inches. By the time I sew up an inch from it, I'll be left with 1.5 inch. Remember from the starting of the video, I said I'm using 1.5 inch for my waistband, and then everything, the width of this waistband is 38 inches, same as that of the skirt. So now we are going to bring in our skirts, the main fabric, place it like this, and then place your waistband just as seen. Okay, make sure that the folded side is inside, and then by the time you sew it up, you will get the gist, guys. Just take your time and arrange this properly. Once we've arranged it, we're going to place our lining on it, and then we'll take this up to the sewing machine and sew it up as indicated. After sewing the waistband, this is what your skirt should look like. Now you can pull this out and bring out your band, and you can see how neat this is looking so far. Take your time to give this a good press. If you want your skirt to look exactly like the style inspiration itself, make sure that this top part of the skirt that I have here is not longer than 10 inches. Everything I have here is 10.5 inches, which includes my sewing allowance, but make sure that it's no more than 5 inches if that is the exact result you want to go for. So this is my remaining piece of fabric here, and this is all my yards. This is around 2.5 yards, if not slightly more than that. So everything I had, I folded it up like this, and then I marked the remaining length of the skirt. So the full length of my skirt is 44, and then 44 minus 10.5 should be around 31.5 thereabout. So that is what I am marking here. That includes my sewing allowance. You can also do 32 if you want. So I cut it out just like this and cut out that tiny part. Every piece of fabric that I have here is, I'm going to keep this other one aside, which should be enough for the top part of my blouse, for my blouse. And then so this part here is like 2.5 yards or 2.25 yards of fabric here. So I'm going to sew a loose stitch here and gather this part and be back. After sewing the loose stitch that I talked about, I'm going to pick out a thread from this, and I'm going to pull the thread. So as I'm pulling the thread, the fabric will be gathering up just as seen. So now I'll take my time and I will gather this up from both the left and the right side. This is going to enable me adjust the skirt more comfortably while I'm sewing this. So if you've watched to this point and you've still not subscribed, please do well to hit the subscribe button, and let's continue from where we stopped. After adjusting the gathers to fit the base of the top part of the skirt, now we are going to sew this up just like this. Now we do not need a lining for the lower part. It is totally optional, trust me. So this is what this part looks like, guys, and I went ahead to hem the base of my skirt. At this point, we just need to close up the back and fix in our zipper. But then I tried on the skirt after I closed up the back and put in the zipper, and I did not like the fitting. It was okay, but I just wanted more volume. Like I wish I had used more than just 3 yards. I was not feeling the volume, so I decided to do something, guys, which was what altered the style entirely. Okay, this was the step I took that changed the style from the actual inspiration to what it is. So guys, this is my remaining fabric here. Remember I said earlier that this is remaining like 2.5 yards of fabric, or 2.25 quarter, like it's slightly more than half yards. So, and I wanted to use it for my blouse. So what I did was I just marked 10 inches to add to the volume of the skirt, and I know whatever is left to still be enough to give me my blouse, just because it is up to 2 yards and it's a simple corset blouse, no dramatic sleeve, nothing. Very simple corset blouse, since the skirt is going to be dramatic by having 2 steps already. So I cut out a 10 inches long gathers again, just like this, and I'm going to make a gather on the top parts, a loose stitch, and then gather it up just like we did to the main gathers of the skirt, and I'll be back. So back to the skirt itself. Now I'm going to mark from the waistline to 5 inches. Like I said earlier, if you want to get that exact inspiration style, just use 5 inches for your full length, like the full length of the top part. Then for the center part, remember it has a bit of a V, so I'm just going to mark like 2 inches upwards, nothing much. Just mark 2 inches upwards, and then I'll connect those points together as in. Once I'm done connecting those points, I'll still do the same process to the back side. So this new part that I'm chalking is the area where I'm going to fix this new gather, just to give it volume, and that way that was how we came up with the 2 step. Trust me, I love this way more than the inspiration. Like, I'm so happy this mistake happened because this came out so beautiful. And now you can see I have done the gathers, and this is exactly how you would place it. So you're going to put it like this and top stitch just as seen. So in order to have this much easier to fix, you have to open up your zip just like this. It's best to start from one zipper, go around and come back to the other zipper. So you're going to place your gathers in this direction. Okay, so once we are done sewing everything, we are still going to take it to our weavers to have them weave it for us. You're going to place it like this, and you're going to take your time and sew this neatly all through. So the part where we added the gathers, the first gathers, that is the best part to add this second layer of gathers as well. So just in case, that process will be a lot easier for you. So guys, this is what the skirt looks like. I'm going to hem the base of that second layer as well, and for this inner part we are going to weave it. We'll take everything to the weavers for them to weave for us. This literally brings us to the end of this tutorial, guys. If you love this video, make sure to give us a thumbs up, make sure to like, make sure to share, make sure to comment, and don't forget to subscribe. And that being said, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.